This particular form of the deity, Makala, is a lightened protector of the Havara Tantras, a cycle of teachings personified by the tiny blue deity, Havara in the center rounded of his crown. The artifact was created in the early 15th century and was made in central Tibet. However, the artist is currently unknown, but we do know that the piece was brought to Tibet by Nepalese artist. There are many symbols in this piece of work. Makala's fierce appearance and grisly attire represents the means to overcoming negatives on a spiritual path. For example, the 5 skulls in his crown represents the transformation of the 5 poisons of ignorance, and those are attachment, aversion, pride, and jealousy, into 5 wisdoms. There are also symbols in the back of the painting as well, this being a Buddhist piece. There are many former lives in the background, and those directly relate to reincarnation of former lives. The 5 skulls of the crown are important to the culture because represents what the culture is really about. The Crucifixion of Christ. This artifact was made around 1340 by a Bohemian. The medium was originally wood, now canvas. The cross of Christ is in the center with the thieves' crosses on either side. Beneath the cross is the Roman capital Longinus, piercing Christ's side with his lance. Opposite him is a good captain, testifying that Christ truly is the Son of God. On the left are John and Mary with her companions. Mary Magdalene is desperately embracing the stem of the cross. The skull placed at the bottom of the cross is one of the biggest symbols in this piece. The crucifixion of Christ took place at Calvary, which is also called Golgotha, the Hebrew word for this place of a skull. Mark 15:22. According to an ancient Eastern tradition, Adam was buried on Golgotha, and his son Seth planted a tree on his grave, which was later used to make Christ's cross. The symbol is important to the culture that it belongs to because it is a piece of tree that was planted to make the cross for Jesus. If there was no tree, the cross never would have been the same. Without this cross, everything could have been different about this event. So the comprehensive approach. These artifacts share a few common themes. The obvious factor that both of these have to do with 2 main religions, Christianity and Buddhism. Both are paintings and share the same idea in color value. Short, bold colors to make a statement in each piece. Each piece shares the symbols of skulls, which each use the skull as a representation of death and mortality. So the particulars approach. The skulls in this piece could be mere coincidence. These are made by 2 different cultures, 2 different artists, and 2 different time periods. The skull is a common symbol of art, and still is to this day.